maybe that's my first question. Have you
Absolutely.
created a written business plan for your properties?
I don't know if I've ever written a business plan, but I love the start with the end in mind philosophy, right? You got to know where you're going. And that's why I've struggled so much in the last couple of years, because I'm floundering. I don't know where to go, right? I've actually, in the last few months, or maybe even year, I've really, really buckled down on my full-time job. So I don't know if I told you that. I have a full-time job. I sell blinds to apartment buildings, and I've absolutely dove headfirst. I've always been headfirst into it, but now I'm like really, really, really diving into it. And that's kind of the fun about having a full-time job, is that if real estate is, kind of overpriced for a little bit, or you haven't found a good deal, it's like, no big deal, just go. I never feel the pressure to do a deal because I got a job. I have a job at work on, you know what I mean? So that's good and bad. It was probably bad in 08, 9, and 10 when I probably should have been 100% focused on real estate. It's probably good now that I don't feel the pressure to do a deal, but back to your plan, right? Here's what I've done for years, okay? The studies show, okay, that if you have a plan, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable how much more effective people with plans are than people without plans. There's some Harvard study about the Harvard grads that wrote a plan versus Harvard grads that didn't write a plan, and their collective net worth. It's just unbelievable, right? But so what I've done is I haven't had a plan as much as I've always done this thing called an action. It's an action plan, right? So I used to get together with 4 buddies in high school, the 4 of my high school buddies. After college, we got together like once a month, and we just wrote down our action plans, okay? We had our month action, our short term, which was a month, our midterm, which is whatever you want it to be, but mine was always like a year, or so. I don't know. It wasn't that rigid, but short term, midterm, and then long term, And the long term stuff was fun, right? Like, it was like, I want to go to Nepal, or, I want to do like, I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff on there, right? But what happens when you write those things down is you get together with your buddies, and the first time you do it, it's easy, right? Because like your action plan is like, well, I got to clean the garage, and things you do need to get done, but like things I need to do, I got to clean my garage. I got to get all those returns sent back to Home Depot and all this stuff, right? About 4 or 5 or 6 months in, all the easy stuff's done, right? Now you're talking about some tough stuff, right? And it might be I want to go on a date with my wife, or something like that. But then what happens is you don't do so you do it on the first. You meet on the first. Nobody does anything until about the 25th, or 26th, and you're like, holy crap! I got to meet with my buddies here, in 4 days. I don't want to be the loser that's like, oh, I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? So then you scramble to get it done, but you're getting it done. So it's so important. So I would say if anybody, else is out there, it's hard to find people that are of like-minded that you can do it with, but go find 2 or 3 or 1 other person that you're willing to do like an action plan with, and then go do it and meet once a month, or we meet once a quarter even,
Yep.
That's an awesome way to kind of hold each other accountable. So,
want to hear more on this topic? Click the link below for the full episode of Maximizing Your Property Value.